Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, I'm going to describe my experiences using the business formation services of a company called Incfile to establish my LLC business entity. But first, what is an LLC? The abbreviation LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. A limited liability company is a U.S. business structure that offers the personal liability protections of a corporation with the pass-through taxation of a sole proprietorship or partnership. The intent in establishing a business entity with liability protections is so that in the unfortunate event that a lawsuit against your company happens, they cannot access your personal member assets such as your home or your car or your personal accounts. There are specific things that a business owner will need to do to ensure that your business is protected from a legal standpoint towards mitigating the risk of a lawsuit that gains access to your personal member assets. When this situation happens, it's commonly referred to as a piercing of the corporate veil. So please, if you have a business already, or if you're looking to start a business, please do your homework about the legal aspects of and taxation implications of your business structure. So I already knew that an LLC would be the most appropriate business structure for my situation. The simplest means towards forming my company with the protection of a limited liability company. So I started researching online to find some, well-known filing services that would be able to leverage something that was reputable, cost-effective in the incorporation filing service industry. And you might say, why didn't you do the legwork on your own? And certainly there are a lot of do-it-yourself information that is out there. But for me, it was about the efficiency, time was of the essence, and I wanted it done quickly and correctly. So I found a few that had high consumer ratings, and in my comparison, they offered different services, various price points, various packages, various a la carte items to choose from, and various service offerings that I personally, didn't find any value in some of those items. In other words, I did not see a direct apples to apples comparison during my research. Hey, there's a dog barking in the background. That's pretty cool. So after looking at a few offerings that were out there in consideration of the cost, what I needed, the consumer ratings, I decided to go with Incfile. The online experience was super intuitive. They have a wealth of information that's available through their website, through their learning center. I began the process by choosing my entity type and the state of formation, then on to selecting my desired package and applicable add-on services. After entering my contact information, the next important part in the process was entering the name, the desired name of your LLC, the desired name of your business with the LLC designation in the name. Now, Incfile offers to facilitate a company name search within the state, but like with many of the other elements that I'm talking about here, many of these things can in fact be done on your own. You would need to go to the appropriate.gov for the state you're looking to file in, and then you too can use their services to determine whether or not that name is available. Now, I'm going on to pause there for just a moment because for me, I had already had a domain name in place I was thinking about for my website. I was thinking about preparing my marketing materials, YouTube, my logo, and various other things that would be tied to having the business name. So needless to say, I felt like I had a lot riding on whether or not the name was going to be available that I've chosen, and would have to wait for the Secretary of State to make that final determination. So I placed my order in the beginning of a month for the gold package at that time, and at this time of this video, the package did not include a custom embosser seal, which comes with the premium package. The gold package did, however, include a 1-year free registered agent service. Please note that there's typically a turnaround time for a state filing, and every state has different fees and different expected turnaround times for them to do their filing work. Incfile does offer an add-on for an expedited filing service as well as express shipping that in my case, I did select to go with because I'm looking to have this done as quickly as possible. And once the state completes their task, the completed documents would be uploaded and made available digitally through Incfile's dashboard. You can check the status of your order at any point along the way. There's a lot of information that you can glean from and see where you are in their status updates. I will say one thing about access to the dashboard and statuses. It's important to note that the login credentials for the dashboard is not a login ID that you can create. The login ID is actually the order number that comes from Incfile when you place your order. So it's not something that you can remember and just readily enter. And in my case, I simply just reference back to my emails and where I had the number jotted down so that I can enter that login credential to access my dashboard and the wealth of information that was there. And then, so by the end of the month, I received an email with the subject line that my order was completed and congratulations, my LLC has been filed and the documents have been uploaded into the dashboard. I was super excited, not only because it was official, my business entity was formed, but also the fact that my naming that I chose was available, and now I can use it for the marketing materials, my logo, my branding, the website, the YouTube, etc. That became available. So that was fantastic. The dashboard contained the following documents when this was complete. They included the filed articles from the Secretary of State and included the EIN tax ID number. That's that 9-digit number that is assigned by the IRS that's used to identify the taxpayers for the business entity, as well as the statement of organization. Now, this is a document signed by the organizer, which identifies the initial members of the LLC. Now, keep in mind, in my case, this was a sole proprietorship, single member LLC versus having multi-members as a part of the LLC and a multi-member partnership. It is important to note there's a distinction in how things are done from a tax standpoint, how and when you file your taxes, and what information is made available depending on whether you're structured as a single proprietorship or a multi-member LLC. So a lot of information there. There is a distinction, something that you're going to want to look into as you consider the implications of setting up your business structure. Moving on, they also included my banking resolution. You know, this is that document that can be adopted by members to authorize the opening of your bank accounts. And they also leverage, as a part of Incfile, a relationship with Bank of America, where they have a tool there to connect and set up an appointment in order to establish and help you establish your business accounts with them. The other document here is the USPS Form 1583 that was made available, and this is a federal authorization form to receive physical mail on behalf of my business. The reason for that is because in my case, I don't have a storefront business where I would like my physical mail to go to, nor would I prefer to have my business mail coming to my personal residence. So I established through the registered agent a virtual mail where my mail can actually go there to that address and it gets processed and they're able to receive it on behalf of my business, as well as alert me to email that has come through so that I can address anything that becomes urgent that I would need to deal with from a business standpoint and mail received. Last but not least, and this is an area that can have a whole lot of conversation about. In fact, it could be an entirely whole new video with regard to the operating agreement. Now, Incfile included the operating agreement as part of the documents. Once you do complete your order, this becomes available. It is a fairly decent beginning of an operating agreement that you can use for your LLC. There are certain things that you're going to want to go through to ensure that it is covering all that you need in your specific case, but it's a fantastic starting point. One thing to bring about here as well, the importance of it is in support of an actual LLC, having your official business running. This is a document that illustrates how your business runs. It is especially handy if you have multi-members as a part of your LLCs. Again, that partnership situation where you have more than one members as a part of your LLC. The operating agreement becomes very important so that members know what they need to do in their various scenarios. For example, if a member no longer wishes to be a part of the organization, what do they need to do as a part of how the business will operate and deal with those particular situations? Now, Incfile has a host of helpful information during the pre-order process, during the ordering process, and even post-ordering. During the process, they have the comparison of their packages. They step you through the process. They have information about various entities, and you always have access to the documents as well as the Learning Center. So all in all, it took less than a month from placing my order through to completion of the business formation using Incfile. If you too decide to use Incfile to form your business entity, there are just 3 things that I have learned that you might want to consider. One is make sure that you're selecting the right package that's going to address the needs because it may be difficult to add, for example, an a la carte or an item post your order. So keep that in mind. For example, if you truly want to have the custom embosser seal, then you may want to order the package that includes it already. Number 2, if you have an urgent question about your order, be sure to call them because they may not respond as quickly to the help chat function or an email inquiry as quick as you might need them to. And then thirdly, another tip is, remember, you can actually do everything yourself, given the fact that there are some pros and cons in doing so. As an example, being your own registered agent is something to consider, whether that's something you want to do or not. And keep in mind, it's free to request your EIN through the official websites on your own. So keep those things in mind. It is important to assess your needs to determine if using a service like Incfile or other filing services is right for you. In summary, I was very pleased with the incorporation and filing services of Incfile for my LLC formation. They did just what they advertised. My formation was completed within a month. I recommend if you are comparing services, go ahead and take a look at incfile.com for your LLC formation services. I hope this information was helpful for the entrepreneurs that are out there, for those considering forming your LLC. If you like this content, then you may want to take a look at my unboxing business formation kit video. And if you want to see more videos like this in the space of entrepreneurship and business formation and content as such, feel free, please place a comment, let me know. Until the next video, be encouraged, be true to yourself, and be the best you to help others. Thank you.